Yes, I'm on. I'm on. Hello, guys, and welcome along to Red Pill Phil on YouTube. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're managing to stay chilled. Remember, the pubs are open from 6 in the morning, some of them. So don't worry about it, I guess. Boy, it's going to be mad in it tomorrow. But how you doing, folks? Good to have you join. If you're watching respectively, hello and welcome. This is Red Pill Phil on YouTube. Red pill, Phil. 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 Yes, people, how we doing? We all right? We got a comment in. Yes, Robert, how you doing, sir? Hope you're doing all right. Stephen, yes, nice one, mate. We're all in it together, aren't we? You wouldn't be here unless you had some form of common sense, because you won't be looking on YouTube, because life would be great. The fact that you've got common sense means what the fuck is going on with the world? Pardon my French. So I'm going to look on YouTube, see if anyone else feels the way I do. And there you go. Bang, boom. Red Pill Phil on YouTube. How we doing? How we doing? I want to give a big hello to Katie Jayne and the rest of the crew there in Salford. I was due to have Katie Jayne on this stream tonight. And might I say as well, this is going to be a pretty much of a task for, yes, how you doing, Neil Crafty Cockney? It's going to be a task for some modders here now, because I am multi-streaming. I'm streaming on Children Matter.News, and simultaneously I'm streaming on Red Pill Phil on YouTube as well. So no doubt there's been a series of moderators that have just been called to play, and they're like, what the fuck? I was getting ready for go to the pub at 6 in the morning. Now I've got to start modding. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just me going off on one. Hey, Phil, do you think United... Oh, mate, come on, mate. Don't get me on the football topic. I'm going to have to listen to Billy all day. Tomorrow I'm going to Barrow, and I'm going to have to listen to Billy go on with himself about how Liverpool have won the championship, the Premiership, the first ever Premiership title, might I add. Never mind what you've done in the past. Never won the Premiership. But no. I mean, the only thing that's going to quell it is the fact that they got knocked the fuck out at City of Manchester Stadium yesterday. And I've never seen their manager react like that. He was on the defensive. So to answer your question, sir, we should be. But who knows? The ups and downs of football, on top of the COVID and all the craziness. Who knows, mate? Who knows? Who knows whether they'll have any support by next year if they don't stop with this supporting Black Lives Matter crap. And I think they have pulled back from that somewhat. Yes, everyone. How's your coffee? My coffee's fine, particularly in this lovely mug that was provided to me by Great Brit. Can I check that out? How do you like them apples? Depending on what mood I'm in. So I'm like, yes, I'm in that mood. Well, actually, I feel in this mood. Try supporting Tottenham. Mate. Let's not go here. We're going off tangent already, aren't we? You know what I mean? I try not to bring the bread and circus into the stream, because everyone's got their own little freaking bread and circus to throw in, and I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? It's enough of that division and red and blue and fucking black and white stripes. For once, we're just humans, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, hello and welcome along. Good evening, Tina. Hello, Mac Tavish and everyone else. Katie's out partying. Mate, Katie's out partying. Listen, right? I've just rung her up and I'm like, are you ready for the stream or what? And she's like, oh, I'm like, what? School? Well, what it is? I've got the Blair twins staying round because obviously she's doing an occasion which I'm going to speak about now. And no doubt there's a few other around there in a nice little rounded soiree, hopefully socially distancing and hopefully not distributing barbecue meat, Katie. I ain't forgot about that. Seriously. So, yes, it would mean that she's going to have to spend the night being the host, entertaining fellow activists that are going to go to Manchester tomorrow in order to do a peaceful protest. So, what am I on about? Let me get this up. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, what's this here? Have a look. What's going on here? All yeah, all comments. So, hello. Anyway, both channels, whatever channel you're watching on, hello and welcome. Thank you for jumping on. Children Matter.News, Red Pill Phil on YouTube. Today, we are going to be talking about a few subjects, but at the moment, the one thing I want to cover, and this is the reason why Katie, I wanted her here really, but it's not all over with. We can still discuss this and we shall. So let me just get rid of that comment if I can locate it. Can I? There we go. Right. Okay. So this is something that Katie, founder of Children Matter.News, has decided to do with others, with the help of many other people. And that's to basically have a protesting or a gathering in terms of, without it sounding solemn, but almost like a mourning, an appreciation of people that have lost lives, you know, whether you actually physically know them or not. I guess it's recognition for what people have gone through, the sacrifices they've made. And basically, I know Katie says this a lot, is through the word trauma, when you define trauma, really, we're all could do with mourning the trauma that we've gone through and constantly go through, regardless of you being a survivor. I guess it's compounded if you've been violated, whether it be physically or sexually. So, yes, I guess to have a time and space to be able to talk about that, to have a meeting place with like-minded people where you want to discuss it and you want to pay homage to those who have lost the fight over the years for one reason or another. I guess each individual will have their own individual reason for being there. So I guess it's collaborative in terms of ideology and mindset. But at the same time, I welcome it. It should be a good event, as opposed to how many is going to be there. I can't really say. I think Katie's mentioned she's hoping to have 20. And when you say that, you know, you think, how sad is it, you know, that more people ain't coming together? But it is what it is. There's going to be several of these events going on in different parts of England. So in terms of Manchester, I do believe Paul, one of the survivors of Children Matter.News, he's going to be holding a mirror event in Cardiff. I do believe there's several other destinations as well. They're all going to have the same vein, formal march. So it's a question of looking dapper, you know, like you would do when you're going to pay homage or pay respect to someone that you honor, you know, the memory of. So I guess, yes, Phil Dawson, big Phil in the house. I've come to see Phil. Seems he's the only streamer who actually speaks some sense. No, mate, top one, sir. You know, we just like to talk. We're all like-minded, you know, we're all like-minded. And that's the thing. And I think in the world where people are losing their mind, your mindset alters with it, and try to stay grounded, try to stay consistent when the message is being toxified and intensified all around you, we're all susceptible. So to try and stay on an even keel, freaking hell. And I'd also like to give a big thank you, a big hello to new subscribers, as well as my old favourites as well. The old favourites that keep popping on, keep giving me support. But I'd like to say a big hello, big up to the new subscribers who probably think, this guy's a bit of a nut, isn't he? You know what I mean? Have a look on my channel. There's, I think there's close to 500 videos on there for you to peruse around. So have a gander, see what you think, see if the message is really in line with your message. And there you go. And so there, going back to this, it should be a positive event. I know Katie does her best to make every event a positive and proactive, really. So I can imagine it going off. I can imagine it being a really warm, friendly environment because Katie, again, and the people around her do inject that around. It's a pity I won't be there. I would have loved to have gone. However, in Barrow, there's going to be an event there, and Billy and I and a few other members from PAG will be going down there tomorrow. We're going to be going early in the morning, and hopefully we will get there in time for the event. And I'm just trying to look at what I need to do here now. This is what I want to do. That's it, right. Yes, so Billy and I are going to be going down to Barrow, and there's going to be a couple of other members in the car as well. There's going to be a demo, a march, just an awakening again, just Barrow residents screaming from the rooftops in regards to the Ellies, Ellie Reynolds and Ellie Williams, what has been going on there in Barrow and the suppression of the whole story, really. I do believe, from what Billy tells me, there's going to be a congregation outside the Mail. Now, I do believe that's the publication, and it's going to make its way to the police station. So I'll be going down, having a look, having a chat with residents, having a crack as well. That's one thing I will be doing. Not that I don't take this seriously, but it doesn't have to be presented that way. I do want to inject a bit of positive energy into everything I do. So I don't want people to think that if I go down there and I start acting like a bit of a dick at times, it's because I'm not taking it seriously. I'm uber taking it seriously. What I do find is that when you present it in that way, sometimes it does make it somewhat more appealing to people that are not entrenched on stories like these. So, for instance, someone on this channel may just come up and look, and they might not be into the grooming issue, might not look at it. And normally, what normally happens with the way it's presented on normal streams and videos, sometimes it can come across, and it might sound wrong, but it will come across as quite dowdy. It's a shame because it's an important issue, but that is the way it seemed. It is a very serious, dark issue indeed. So when it's projected like that, it can be off-putting. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to lift the spirit of it up, try to use that as a tool to make it more attractive for more people to look at, but at the same time, paying just as much attention, if not more attention, to the actual subject and to the survivors. So I love doing it that way. I think doing it that way, you get a better rapport with people. You tend to have a crack, even in the worst times, even in times when you're there to redress, you'll still have a laugh. And I think if you do that, you keep yourself on somewhat of an even keel as well. Yes, Diane, how you doing? Yes, go to Billy. I'm sure Billy's got mugs for sale in PAG. I'm sure he has. I know the premises is open currently. I'll be talking to Billy tomorrow. I'll have a good lowdown on what's been going on in Rochdale in terms of PAG, and obviously what has been going on in Barrow in terms of PAG. It's going to be quite an interesting day. I can't wait, because I did enjoy the last journey down there. I must admit, the people down there are great. Right, so I'm going to probably talk on another subject here. It's related, but it's nothing to do with it. It's random. You know, I want one fill. Mate, the whole world should want one. Imagine the whole world should buy either a Children Matter mug or a Pag mug or one mug with the pair of them on it. And then imagine the resources that then both organizations could get with just a simple thing like buying a bleeding mug. Yes, Sarah. Where am I going? Where am I going, Sarah? I'm going to the toilet. No, I'm not joking. Sarah, tomorrow I'm going to Barrow. If anyone, I'm sure you all know on here, you're all well versed on what's going on. There's an open secret down there in Barrow where there seems to be a bit of a grooming scandal that seems to be uncovered, and the various medias are suppressing the story on many levels. There's certainly more to the story than what the mainstream media are putting out. You've got a lady, a young lady that's now still on remand. Hopefully her case is coming out soon and she can get herself out. You've got another lady called Ellie Reynolds that has also stood up on behalf of the Williams, also to back up as if to say, I am a survivor as well. Yet they keep getting vindicated. Little frivolous charges keep popping up. We'll have to have a chat with Ian and hopefully Ellie as well to see if there's been any developments on there, because what they found is that they were just getting frivolous, mundane charges put on them by the police for silly things. Now, we can all try and work out, you can't fully understand what that is for, but it does look like a silencing technique. Whether it is or not, who knows? Who knows? It's funky. It's very funky. Jack Cade, you are a star, sir. Because I was going to get onto that, and I'll get onto that now then. Because I've just been looking at that. Yeah, yeah. And you've asked me, do we think she's been groomed? Well, it says in the article what I read here, she initially turned to Islam because of the love and the peace that was projected through a Muslim family. Now, that's fine. I'm sure they are beautiful people and they've shown her the beauties of Islam. If people want to take the positive edicts of Islam and go live a positive lifestyle, somewhere along the line, she has become radicalized. Now, radicalization with anyone, there's has to be an element of grooming that is involved with radicalization because of the sheer process of radicalization. It's not an overnight process, it's a drip process. I mean, Billy is the expert on talking about the effects of grooming. The police and other establishments don't really want to talk about grooming per se. Don't forget how many grooming victims were told that they done what they done on their own volition when they were trafficked. If they had any elements of dysfunctionality within the family, that was utilized against them. All the while, what you're seeing is someone who was probably in a vulnerable position was slowly being groomed. And before you know it, the grooming tipped the scale. So I'm under no illusions, Jack, that there's certainly grooming has taken place with this. Now you've got to ask the question: who would have been the groomers in this case? Imams? Would it people just online? Who knows? Who knows how long the process took? But to go from peaceful, or what is regarded from peaceful Islam, to then seeing the West as enemies to bomb them. That is a journey. That's a journey that you cannot deny takes a lot of time and a lot of conversations, red pilling, black pilling, blue pilling. There's a conversion there, whether you've converted or not. I mean, let's say it. Let's say it. I mean, with radicalization, I've seen people radicalized on this side. I've seen people radicalized on the left side. We're looking at Black Lives Matter now, where we're looking at people that there's an element of toxified individuals that are radical. They're radicalized in what they're doing. Don't make sense. But yet, to them, it's totally rational because it justifies their political position. Sick. She wanted a lot to die before being killed herself so she could reach paradise. Fucking hell. I mean, belief's one thing, innit? Belief's one thing. But if you've got to be radicalized, if you truly believe that there's going to be this fucking utopia at the end, seriously, I mean, my God, with all the virgins and all the other good trinkets that you're supposed to, and this martyrdom, it's bullshit. You're being gaslighted. You know what I mean? I mean, what's going on there? It's like me having the belief, right? If I go mow 100 people down now for my true belief, I'm going to hold dear that if I do that, I'm going to end up with a fucking 3,000 square foot condominium at the pearly fucking gates with a swimming pool of severe opulence and fucking women with nothing but fucking face masks serving me drinks all day long. Socially distancing, might I add. And it's like, okay, well, I'll go and commit that crime then, because I'm daft enough to think that that is actually a true thing. I'm daft enough to assume that, you know what, if I do that atrocity, someone up there is going to reward my ass. And it's like, that's radicalization for you. It's like, what happens to the brain programs when you radicalize? Because all of a sudden, white is black and black is white. You see the total 180 of what is actually real. It's like, what? Yes, Lulu. How has Pag been over lockdown? Yes, McTavish. Pag, I think Pag has been getting on okay, to be fair. There's obviously restrictions on what they can do, the number of people that are going in there. There's still cases. I was talking with Billy before, and there's been a conviction that has been sealed because of Billy's intervention. A lady come and seen Billy with a query, with proof in terms of screenshots to back up that theory. She then, or the pair of them, then went to the police, and the police couldn't refuse to act because of, one, the allegation, and two, that the proof that this lady had. God rest her soul. Well, God rest her soul. That sounds like she's no longer with us. She's bloody with us, all right. But that happened, and initially the police kicked in, got the geezer, and arrested him. Now, if Billy wants to talk about that, he can tomorrow. I guess there's going to have to be a little bit withholding in terms of now the judiciary is going to get involved with it. But Billy is still cracking on. Billy is still getting on with it. So, yeah, to answer your question, Billy has probably had a little bit of a guilt trip with himself because he feels he's not done enough for the people of Barrow. But I said to Billy, you can't spread yourself too thin, mate. The Barrow people know that you're there and you're going to be there tomorrow and you're doing what you're doing. So the Barrow people know that. But Billy being Billy, he wants to be everywhere at once, but he's only got one body. You know what I mean? So what can you do, dude? Phil, look at what happens in the army, total change of habits and thoughts. In relation to what, Graham? Sorry, mate. I don't know whether a pool filled with tears of a million virgins. Fucking hell. It's not nice, that, is it? But it's right. You're right. But it's like, that's it. That should be the mentality to make you recoil. The moment you're going to do it, instead of thinking you're going to this fucking nirvana, you're actually wicked in your thought process. And instead of you getting the trinkets, you go into damnation. Your soul and spirit's going to be trod on for the rest of fucking eternity. Surely. Even on the physics that if you stand on a blade of grass, you're ruining fucking mankind. So what you doing when you're blowing up shit and blowing up people within shit and then grooming people on the what? Because of the colour? When you have a lack of empathy for a demographic, so that gives you the go-ahead to do what the fuck you want with him. Really? Your soul is getting trampled on. That's how it should be. I wish I could find out. I wish there was a fly on the wall when one of these dickheads pass over. I'd love to see what they see. Whether they got the virgins or whether it was like, fuck you. You've just been gamed by a groomer. Sorry, guys, I'm digressing, but it's all bollocks, isn't it? When you think of radicalization, when you think of, I want to kill you because of the book you read. Well, I want to kill you because you read that book. Well, you know what? I want to rape your women because your women are beneath my women. Because it's like, are you for fucking real? My God. My God. And everyone's at it. There's grooming, radicalization going on all over the place. Going on all over the place. Case in point, which is another story that I wanted to touch on today. Case in point. See if I can get this rocking. This has been such a good news story. Whether it's, I don't know whether it's a distraction because I'm sure they've been hunting high and low for this lady, but bloody hell. I just hope that they keep her safe. Don't want to hear no stories about somehow she got to something that could kill her. Somehow someone got to her and killed her. Somehow she fucking threw up that much that she killed herself. Oh, she fell off a bunk bed and bumped her head. And no, don't want to hear any of that. This has got to be, or should be, one of the most protected women in the fucking world at the moment. Never mind the Queen. Never mind the Queen. All eyes on her. Mrs. Maxwell, the trafficker. Let's see what she's got to say. She should be in Guantanamo Bay, all on her own, with every surveillance camera on the fucking planet, every drone elevated above it. And then you've got drones watching the fucking drones just to make sure that nothing can happen to that one. Digressive.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. The woman accused of helping alleged sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein recruit and abuse underage girls is in jail this morning. FBI agents arrested Jayne Maxwell yesterday, nearly 1 year to the day after Epstein was arrested. She faces 6 charges, including illegally transporting minors and perjury. Epstein killed himself in a federal detention center in New York City last August while awaiting trial. And Mola Lenghi has been following the Epstein case for a long time now. Mola, good morning. It's been about 24 hours since this news broke of Jayne Maxwell's arrest. What are Epstein's accusers now saying about it?
Well, Tony, one woman I spoke with says the word that keeps coming up to describe this arrest is finally. You know, for years, Ghislaine Maxwell has denied allegations that she helped Jeffrey Epstein run his alleged sex trafficking operation from right here, his Manhattan mansion, among other places. And despite detailed allegations against Maxwell, she's never been charged until now. The FBI took Ghislaine Maxwell into custody Thursday morning at this home in New Hampshire. The indictment alleges Maxwell helped Jeffrey Epstein recruit, groom, and ultimately abuse underage girls. The youngest alleged victim was 14. Many of Epstein's accusers describe her as Epstein's chief lieutenant. Maria Farmer and Sarah Ransom spoke to CBS News in the last year.
Ghislaine was Jeffrey's right hand. Ghislaine made it very clear that if we didn't do what he wanted.
I tell you what, Maxwell looked the double of her dad there. My God. She is a dad's daughter, isn't she? And you know what he was like?
That we'd be punished.
I saw Ghislaine going to get the women. She went to places like Central Park. She would say, "Stop the car," and she would dash out and get a child.
The indictment claims Maxwell and Epstein would spend time building friendships with minor victims, taking them to the movies or shopping.
Now, what does that sound like? What is that process that they're explaining to you there? Grooming. So when the police look at a survivor, they've got to look at the longevity of what has happened to them. Even down to the decisions that they make, they've got to look at the longevity of the fact that from point A to where they are at now, it's been a grooming, getting into their head, playing on the vulnerabilities, in many ways using fear and intimidation. So when you get to that other end, the chances are most of the victims, stroke survivors, there's an element of intimidation. And I wouldn't say complicit, because that means they're actually being willing. That it's being forced against their will. So there's nothing willing about it. So it's grooming. Same thing, different demographic. And what's even worse, out in the open. And these are people, because of their elevation in society, these are the people that are supposed to be better than us, supposed to be more academic than us. We bow down to their superiority. And look what they're doing.
Maxwell's presence, the documents claim, helped put the victims at ease during sexual interactions with Epstein because an adult woman was present.
It's definitely a win in our book.
Epstein accuser Michelle Licata believes even more people deserve to be brought to justice.
You're saying there are still a lot of co-conspirators, a lot of people who helped this sex trafficking operation function. They're still out there.
Well, that's fucking course. I mean, does a bear shit in the woods? I mean, really? Does a shark shit in the sea? It's like, come on. Are you trying to tell me what he done over them years and what she done over them years just involved them two? Are you really trying to say that? Is this guy a journalist?
Definitely. You can't have two people just doing all the work. There has to be people helping them, people helping them.
Prosecutors say Maxwell's...
So then that journalist should be saying, who are them? Shouldn't he? He's supposed to be on it, astute, mentally thinking about it. He should be thinking 2 questions ahead. The whole world, the press, should be thinking 2 questions ahead. No, they're concentrating on her. Why? You've got her now. What about the other people? Get this net. Where's this net? Co-conspirators. Who else was serviced? It wasn't just him, was it? How many people on the island? It goes on and on.
Relationship with Epstein goes back.
And it's like, none of the press wanted out any other person who was on that. Fucking out him. Out a lot of them. And they'll all squeal like pigs.
Decades, describing her as one of his closest associates.
What does closure look like to you in this case?
Closure for me is the Justice Department and the FBI. If they continue to go after the people that were associated with them, just knock them out and let them know that what they did it was wrong. Sitting in a jail cell for the rest of their lives would maybe teach them that lesson.
So she's getting her just desserts. Let's hope. Let's bleeding hope so. It goes deep. You're right, sir. You're right. At the moment, they're so on the top level. It's superficial. And they know it's superficial because what was being done on a warehouse level, industrial level, servicing the highest echelons. You've got two people. There must be hundreds. There must be hundreds that have played a part one way or the other. The media's not calling them out. It's almost like, well, we've got the two people to burn, so we're going to talk about industrialized grooming and trafficking that must have had multiple people because it's almost like has to run like an organization. But we've only got two people, so let's just leave it at that. Eh? Let's not ask any questions. Let's not peel back that onion. Man. Yeah, I agree, sir or ma'am. They do. They think they are untouchable. They think they can just fob off with little puff pieces and the world is going to be satisfied. The world is hungry. The world is so ravenous for this story to be dealt with adequately. And they're not doing it. They're giving you little sprinkles of crumbs and they expect them crumbs for you to be full of it. And it's not because the world is hungry. The world wants trafficking, sexual exploitation, grooming, and sexual abuse to boys and to girls done, exposed, dealt with severely in order to send a message to the wider society that you can't do this shit. Ethically, morally, it is redundant. And if anyone is caught doing it, no matter what your role, no matter what your position, no matter what your pay grade, we're going to fuck you over from now till next Sunday. That's what people really want. And they're not. They're not. I mean, let's look at it this way. Fucking Madame Maxwell there, yeah, the trafficker who just stops randomly at parks and picks up fucking girls, yeah, ruins her life in an instance. She's going to squeal like a pig because she ain't going to want to do the time that they're going to want to give her, right? So there's going to be bargaining chips that's going to be put here. They're going to put a bargaining chip on her and she's going to put a bargaining chip on them. They're going to want to do her over, but they're going to want to entice her to give up information because if they just do it over, she's not going to have the motivation to say fuck all. So in order for that motivation to be prized out, she's going to have the card of sort me out and I'll sort you out. And that's where you know that there's going to be an element of mitigation in what happens to her in order for the bigger story to come out. There's going to have to be. Because where's her motivation to say anything at this point? And because she's got friends in high places, because she's probably got the best defense lawyer money can frigging buy, she'll get it. She'll probably end up in that mansion that she was arrested back in a fucking week. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I reckon there's going to be an element of mitigation. I can't see how it's not going to happen. Mad, innit? It's mad. You've got to watch it. You got to watch it. And then you got people running around just getting crazy over bollocks. You know what I mean? I wonder if people were running around the way they are now, losing their head over shit. If they were one of the family was a survivor from Madame fucking Maxwell, I wonder how that would change their world perception. Because that's the thing, I always say this. When people lose the shit, right? And particularly when people lose the shit, pardon my French, and they're not survivors. It's like, walk a mile in a survivor's shoes. And I'm sure you won't act the way you act anymore. There's going to be a conscious slap that is going to be administered to you. Thank you, Phil, for your encouraging broadcast. Have a good evening, a good night. Peace to you and your family and friends. Kenneth Noel Karan, mate, bless you, sir. Have a top weekend. And we just try and rationalise, don't we? In a world where it's going mad, you've got to be calm and rationalise. Stay flatlined. I'm not schisming like they want you to schism. So that's what they want you to do, don't they? So no, not at all. Take the piss. That's what you do, if anything. Lots just don't know, mate. There was 2,000 sealed indictments. Will be interesting to see what's next. Mate, it should be made more public. Should be. Now, I know there's elements of what Trump's been doing in terms of trafficking and the amount of arrests that he's been responsible for since he's got in power. That's great. The world needs to know it, innit? You know, and whether it's a question of the media don't want to talk about it, there should be more media pushing this out to bring back faith in society and humanity. Because from our position now, look at it. You got people running around grooming and abusing all over the fucking place, and you think it's a mad world when you go to a march saying this is wrong, and you can't because you're castigated, which will ruin it for the survivors and the story. And the average person don't want to listen because they buy into and drink that Kool-Aid as well. And then because of it, because probably it's not happening to them, they don't feel the full gravity of it as well. And it's like, do you have to be a survivor to really care about this? So it's just mad per se, innit? Just mad. Yes, Jason. During Prince Andrew's interview, he said his friendship with Maxwell was his reason for spending time with Epstein. Not much of an excuse now. No, because now he's saying that that friendship, now he's had a very close tie with a fucking groomer. A groomer. So this is going to be so embarrassing for Andrew, isn't it? Because, like you said, sir, he put all his eggs. He tried to play the smart move, the dickhead, and tried to distance himself from Epstein. Oh, no, he only really knocked about with Epstein because of her. She was my mate, not him. And now she's the instigator of it all. What does that make you look like, Andrew? Naughty boy. Thought he didn't sweat. He'll be fucking sweating now, Jack, won't he? Yeah, he'll be sweating now. I'm telling you. He won't need to wear no black bag to lose 2 pounds in fucking body weight. It's gone already. He's probably gone to the toilet and lost 6 or 7 pounds. Boof. Just on the thought of what's going to come next. And so it fucking should. Pardon me French. Sick of it, aren't we? Sick of it. You can do very little here. I mean, I'm sat here moaning my ass off. My cat's sat on the windowsill going, what's he fucking on about? You know what I mean? So there's very little you can do. And it does your head in. And I'm digressing, so I'm going to shut up. Life for cannabis offences in the US. Part-time sentence for Epstein. The whole system is loaded. Yeah, it's geared up, mate, isn't it? It's proper geared. It's geared against the people who have not. And it's geared for the haves. And that's how it'll always be, I guess, isn't it? And it's like, where's your morals? Where's your scruples? You know what I mean? If we all lived that immorally, where would society be? Fuck's sake, pardon my French. Where would it be? No one gets life for weed. They just get high. Red pill Phil. those type of people who protected Savile are the same type protecting the Epsteins. You're so right. You're so right. There's like a wall, isn't there? A wall of complicity. Yeah, mate, it is. And whether the career politicians, whether they feel very small, they feel that they're a goldfish in a very, very big aquarium, whether they're just narcissistic themselves, and it's far easier to look at it, who knows? I mean, we can all surmise. We can't call all people within these establishments paedophile protectors, but there are some complicit individuals within all these organizations. And complicity, yeah, okay. You can be complicit about someone having a piss up a tree because he should be going to the toilet. Right, all right. You know, you got to do what you got to do. But when you're talking trafficking, grooming, crimes, that if it happened to your kid, just think of the Williams family, think of the Reynolds family, think of Ian explaining to that inspector, that wootless inspector, when he was there at that police station, that couldn't even be bothered answering him, when he had to explain to him how it felt to cry and break down in front of his daughter over this. Lost it. The man is supposed to be the protector. So how do you think Ian and any other man, Ellie Williams' father, any other grooming victim stroke survivor's father or brother or anything, they're the protector. They're the ones supposed to be making sure that their daughter, their sister would never come to harm in such a way. So how do you think they feel when this happens? They'll want to kill someone. And then when they see a system that don't want to listen, they'd rather put news stories on or something totally different and unimportant rather than talk about their story. But yeah, that story is so real to them that their daughter, their whatever is upstairs, probably looking in the corner of the room, trying to work out what the fuck's happened and where do they go from there. And that's if they've been able to handle it. Say they haven't. Say they've now, consequences means that they've gone on to drink, drugs, self-harm, just negative behavior, pushing people away because they can't interpret what's going on. Will happen, break up of families. There'll be families that may not even know that maybe one of their children who is acting in what is regarded as a disruptive manner is maybe a victim of grooming, and they might not even know. There will be plenty of cases of that because of the sheer intimidation and silence. So it's fucked up. There's nowhere for them to go to. You know what I mean? The police don't even, in some cases, don't want to admit that there's grooming going on. Never mind grooming fucking victims. And if they do, it's really, they'll try and play it down any way they can. Whether it's through embarrassment or what, you know, complicit behavior, whatever. Black Pill Phil. Black Pill Phil? Do you want to break that down, sir? Sometimes when you read comments, you can get the total wrong end of the stick. So I have no idea what you mean by that, but I guess it's not how it looks. So yeah, police are supposed to be protectors as well, but we know that story. Well, we're supposed to protect and serve. Who are they serving? It's not the people, is it? When they can't even be bothered answering you. The amount of times we've gone to police stations and they must be told, don't say fuck all to anyone. When you've got that attitude, that ain't serving the people, is it? That's serving your master. That's only exacerbating. They get a patsy to discredit in court, just like Westminster, to dismiss the real victims. Yeah, there'll be a lot of that. There'll be a lot of that. And it's hard, isn't it? It is really hard. That you've got, I was talking about this with Billy before, you've got to make sure that even a survivor, if they've not got themselves to an adequate position, even talking about this, a defense lawyer can turn them inside out within 1 or 2 sentences. And that could just have negative effects, not on the story, not just the story, but, you know, the whole grooming issue per se. And it's hard because people have been traumatized. Can you really expect that amount of precision and observation? There's been trauma. So you've got to have a degree of mitigation, surely, you know? Yes, mate. Don't apologise. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you to all for jumping on. Just been talking. I'm probably going to wrap it up very shortly anyway, but just thought we'd discuss a few topics. Mainly, we're talking about event tomorrow. There's going to be an event in Barrow in regards to justice for our girls. Ellie Williams, also Ellie Reynolds as well. There's going to be, in Barrow, there's going to be a walk from the local newspaper, I do believe, which is the Mail. Then it's going to make its way to the police station, which I went there last time. I'm not sure how long. I think Billy said it wasn't too long a walk. So hopefully the weather will be good. Also going on in Manchester and 1 or 2 other areas around Greater Manchester and further afield, I think Cardiff is doing one, is an event that's going to be held with Katie Jayne Swallow. An event where everyone is asked request politely to be suited and booted, to show an element of respect. And it's all about the trauma, acknowledging the trauma that's gone with realizing the lives lost, whether it be through abuse, whether it be through veterans, what they've done, the services they've done, whatever. I guess it's a personalized interpretation. This is a very loose kind of brackets in terms of what the meaning is, if I understand what Kate is talking about, because I think the whole subject is the trauma in regards to the loss. So in that way, everyone will have their own different interpretation in terms of how they may have lost someone, or, you know, someone they know, or maybe just coming to support for victims, survivors of abuse, you know, whatever it is. I guess it's going to be a multitude of different emotions and feelings on that day. Yes, Georgina, I'm heading to Manchester from Glasgow in the morning. Well, hope you have a safe journey, Georgina. And you'll have to let us know. Keep me posted on what is going on there. I have arranged with Kater probably one day next week for her to come on, and we're going to do a stream. That's if she's not partying in her house like she is doing now. And yes, to just run through how the event went, if she's got any stills, if she's got any video clips. Obviously, I don't need to do that because I'm going to Barrow tomorrow. So there will be a stream coming up tomorrow and maybe some other uploads coming up in the next few days, depending on what footage you get. So we'll have to wait and see for that. But I've got a stream coming up tomorrow. Yes. Think of the Downs Blackpool. Have a good weekend, Patriots. Yes, all Patriots. Well done for being you. Well done for being you. If you love your country, well done for being you. In a time where you're being aggressively beaten down for wanting to love your country, for your ideals to be misconstrued as the go-to racist. Really? Really? Yes, America first. Nice one, sir. Yes, Georgina, please do. Please do. And also, what I will do, I've not give out any details, actually. So if anyone wants to join Katie, Jayne, and the rest of the guys down there at Matter.News in Manchester tomorrow, okay? It's 11 a.m. There's going to be a meet-up at the Victoria statue. That's if it's not been pulled down yet. At Piccadilly in Manchester, okay? And I think at 11:20 or there and thereabouts, they're then going to proceed on a walk to the cenotaph, okay? Where there's going to be a 2-minute silence. I think there's going to be some speeches, and I do believe that there's going to be a wreath laid at the cenotaph, I guess, to cover everyone's feelings and emotions on that day. Kate has also mentioned as well that she's invited people, if they go into any of them events that she's organising in the different locations, if you want her channel to air the footage that you have, if it's audible and if it's shot adequately, then I do believe she's put out the call for you to send it to Kate via a channel. Now, I can't give you any more details than that, I'm afraid. I don't know her email or anything like that. So I guess just look on the channel for details on her YouTube channel. And yeah, just send in any footage, and I guess she'll amalgamate it all and do an upload with it. And I'll be, like I say, inviting her back one day next week as well to talk about how it all went. Do you have to sign in online before you go, sir? Oh, well, right. What? Yeah, the bars are open tomorrow. I mean, the enjoyment's killed. I mean, my desire to go to a pub when it's going to be the way it is somewhat quashed. Any enjoyment that I'm going to get for it has been stamped on, because you can only sit here, you can only do this, you can't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to do it. I'd rather get a 4-pack and go home, personally. But it's a shame, because there'll be people that are gagging. They can't wait. Now, I've heard some pubs are opening at 6 in the goddamn morning. Why do you need to open at 6 in the morning? What does that say about English drinking culture? What does it say? Fuck's sake. Pardon me French. Oh, no, Great Brit. No notification. How strange. Did you get a notification on the Children Matter.News page, mate? Because you're a modder on there, aren't you? That's unless Katie, Napoleon, Jayne, Swallow has now relinquished your spanner. Freaking hell, she likes doing that to you, doesn't she, mate? She beats your ass down, Great Brit. My pub is my garden. Yes, Jack. Mate, get some decks on. Fuck it. Start banging some tunes. You know what I mean? Get your Bluetooth on. Get a bit of body popping. Fuck standing in a bar with people serving you with visors on. And what are you doing? Get away from me. Hey. You cannot socialise with all the things going on to enforce distancing. You're right. You're killing the vibe. The whole point of it is to get there and talk with your friends. The main topic is going to be, how weird is this? Look at him over there. Look at him over there. And then you're going to get people. I mean, we was talking about this with my wife's husband, that's me. We was talking about this with my wife's father before, and he's booked a meal at a very good establishment in Ashton over the weekend. Got his time booked and unboxed, and he's saying that the measures that they're going to, you know, whether it's wearing masks or whatever it is, now that's going to be off-putting to look at, innit? But then you've got to deal with people who are coming in, clients that are going to be sat there with masks on. They're going to eat, but they're going to have a mask on. So there's going to be a lot of this going on. And it's like, man, I can't enjoy my food just looking around at all this. The one word that always comes to mind when I go out, and it's always about opulence, innit? It's the vibe. You want to be in a nice vibe, you know, gentle, kind of easygoing, people just chilled, not aggressive, nice banter, stroke conversation, drinks of the plenty. You can move around wherever you want. None of that's going to happen yet. So whether this is going to encourage any more spikes or whatever, who bleeding knows, but it's like, I don't know. For me, seems, would they say too early? I don't know. For me, it is for me personally. I don't see I need a pub that much in my life, but I guess I was talking to the wife's father again, and he was saying there's a pub up near him, right? And because they're opening now because of these new laws, no doubt any establishment that now has to open, the council will come round, they'll look at the property and they'll assess it in terms of what measurements you need to do in order to open it. Your social distancing, how many tables, how many people you can have in. So check this out. There's a local pub with all the measurements that this geezer would have to put in place in order to open. You know how many people he can invite? 7 people can be in the pub. 7 fucking people. Pardon my French. Now you think he's actually turned around and said to my wife's dad, there's no point in me opening because for 7 people, there is no point. So then that kills the vibe. Brilliant, Stephen. Whatever it is, it's brilliant. I'd like to give a big thank you as well to a few YouTubers. Nicky the Rocket Locket. Man, that guy cracks me up. I love him to death. I'd like to give a big thank you to the A-Team. Big hello. A big hello and thank you to Dolly Daydream. These are all positive people that have kept the shit going, really. Great Brit. Children Matter.News. And if I have missed out anyone, I do apologise. Haircut. Yeah, mate. I don't worry about that. I clean it off. I get home on a Friday and it's like gone. Number 0 before you know it. Done. So I haven't had to miss any. I haven't felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I'm not one that goes to somewhere to get groomed. You know what I mean? Get my hair cut, get all this done, get all. So I've not missed it. My wife is on the verge of suicide because she wants her nails done, she wants her eyelashes done, she wants her hair done. So it's not been a comfortable place at times. Good luck tomorrow in Barrow. I wish. Oh, get that up. Come on, Tina. Come on. Good luck in Barrow tomorrow. I wish you the best and that righteous, powerful people will take action because of your efforts. Love from a war-torn Sweden. Bless you, Tina. And I hope you had a good birthday as well when you mentioned it last. Yes, yeah, we're all in it together. I mean, you just said it there. There's elements of war torn all over the bloody world, isn't there, with this subject. So it's all about solidarity. So thank you, Tina. I know you're always there in the background showing support. So yes, hopefully you can jump on tomorrow or watch the stream at a later date. I think the event starts around 11 o'clock, so I'm going to just stream as soon as I get there, probably, and just see how it goes, see what happens, you know. Thank you, America First. Thank you. You're a decorator doing nails. Mate, she don't want the nails doing in magnolia, water-based magnolia. You know what I mean? I could gloss them, couldn't I? Give him coat of undercoat, give him a padding down, yeah? Fill in with a little bit of 2-pack, fucking rub it down again, give it a second undercoat, and then either give it a satin or gloss finish. That doesn't sound bad, that, you know. Doesn't sound bad. I'd probably do a better job than Where She Goes, because I can be quite funny about that. But I've got a feeling the wife ain't going to want my undercoat brush anywhere near the nails. 2-inch brush like that. Keep still. Cut in round the nail. Imagine. Jesus Christ. Have you seen any John Wedge? Have you seen any John Wedger channel? No, but I heard he's done something to do with BREW. I do believe he's been down there. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Not sure what I go on in. Well, a lot of people feel like that, Sarah. A lot of people feel like that. So with me, I'm done with all that. I'm done with having gripes with people. I'm done with having a problem with the way they do things. I'm done with looking at them with that an element of, don't give a fuck. You do what you're doing. As long as people don't really ruin people's lives, you know, who am I? A lot of people won't agree with the way I do things or what I say, the way I say it. So you've got to just keep yourself to yourself at times, innit? You know what I mean? A lot of people in BREW will want John's help as well. So it's one of them, innit? It's a personal choice. Marmite, it's a Marmite one. Give Katie a hug from me, Georgina. Well, she's not allowed to, Great Brit. She's supposed to be social distancing. So what you doing, Great Brit? Encouraging all this tactile behaviour. That's naughty, Great Brit. You don't go around touching people, mate. Come on, dude. Particularly getting other people to touch other people on your behalf. Do you know how wrong that sounds, Great Brit? Jesus. No wonder Katie takes your spanner. You're a fucking wrong'un. I'm only joking, dude. You know I love you. Oh, smack, come on. Oh, look, America's First just waiting for a kickoff now. I was like, oh, yes, I was going. Now I'm staying now. Yes, spanners being thrown. No, Great Britain and I often have this little bit of banter. He often takes a piss out of me on the comment section. I know half the time I'm ranting on something else, and in the background he's like bantering the hell out of me. Yeah. He won't see this till fucking tomorrow. You know what I mean? I know it, and he knows it. I love him. He's a great guy. He'd do anything for you, and he done half print a fucking mean cup as well. Look at that. Top one. Yes, grow mad. The Chaz has got the chop. But we can share the toilets, right? No, I don't want to go on that one again. I had to ask me my wife's father, what's the deal with toilets in pubs? Why aren't toilets sufficiently ventilated in pubs? What is going on? It's Victorian. We're in the 21st century. We shouldn't have to go into a toilet that the smell is that pungent. It's like someone's let off fucking mustard gas. It's nasty. And we're in the 21st century. Why? Why? Why have such a Victorian thing? We're in the 21st century. You've got a mobile phone that can do anything. Fucking, you can locate anyone in the world, boom, like that within a minute. But yeah, I've got to do that in order to get to the fucking cubicle in a toilet. It's like pulling back a pair of curtains. Man, that's so retro. Sarah, I've got to disagree with you. You go in some, honestly, you go in some lads' toilets. Honestly, come on, man. They're nasty. They're nasty. They should be quarantined. They're nasty. You go in, you hold your breath, you don't want to touch anything. It's minging. Now, you get some establishments that will go out the way and will, yeah, they'll have a clean because it's a newer. I'm talking about the older pubs. Nah, fuck that. It's not really a concern, the toilet. They'll clean it out every now and then, but because there isn't sufficient ventilation, shit just festers round and round. Pardon the pun. Sorry, going off on a tangent here. That's why I'm not going to a pub tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Imagine. Oh. But men's rooms are worse than Chernobyl. Mate, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That sums it up. That crystallizes it. Chernobyl, innit? It's like, don't go in there for 100 years. Believe me. You, your children, and your children's children will be severely affected if you so much as touch that fucking handle. Never mind open the door. You had to open doors like this, Sarah. Seriously? Never open the door like that in a man's toilet. No. Fucking fingers, elbows all over the place. And I've done that for the past 10 years. Minging. Retro bogs. Train spotting bogs. Mate, you're so right, innit? Swim down into another fucking world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where am I? Jesus Christ. Oh, we're in another pub now. Oh, fucking hell, yeah, I'll have a pint, please. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to nip back and get me mates. Way. Nasty. Surely, quad Sarah, surely if you're first in the pub tomorrow, you will be getting the cleanest service. Yeah, you will be. And if you're last in, you're fucked, aren't you? So get in there at 6 o'clock, right? But if you have to go at 2 o'clock, then be prepared that you've got to hold your breath. And I'd probably wear a change of clothes or have a change of clothes, you know, walk around with some fucking Febreze. Febreze the place out. That's probably the only thing you can do in it. How long we... What? Yeah, mate, Mr. Menzo, some of the pubs are opening from 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. Some people are going to be there from 5:30, falling in the door. If they can touch the door. It's going to be strange. What? Getting up to go on the piss from 6 in the morning. I wonder what the crime spree is going to be like after tomorrow. There's either going to be mass celebrations and people just having really good times because they're pissed up, or it's going to be the other one, isn't it? Ours close at 4 in the afternoon or in the morning. Building site toilets are the worst, mate. I can testify to that. I can testify to that. I think the police, just moved where I think the police might be very busy. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think the the police made a statement as if to say they contradicted this. And they knew that listen, you're not going to have to worry about a spike in corona. You're going to have a spike in pissed up people just being stupid tomorrow. Innit? Give it an hour. Give it till 7. They'll be gone. Will be a shit show. Indeed. No pool, jukebox, or darts. I know it's going to be a bummer, that, innit? Got to have your games. But you can't. It's just wrong. I mean, same again. It's like, it's a whole new experience within the experience. So if you're going there thinking that the old experience, you can't wait to, it's not going to be like that. How many people are going to come back tomorrow and go, I'm sorry I went? Because it's kind of put a dampener on the whole thing. There's not an enjoyable factor out of it. And some people, because they've took the fear up on this as well and they've bought right into it, they won't want to go anywhere near people as well. So they won't want to go in pubs and stuff. It's going to be very weird. All right, babe. Is it in there? I might have put it on the table in there. Okay, guys. Well, if you've got anything else other than that, I'm probably going to call it a day. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Big thank you to Cater, Children Matter.News for supporting this channel and enabling this channel to grow technologically as well. It's all right. Don't need to apologise. Look, my wife's apologising for walking in the room. It's bad, isn't it? It is bad. You know what I mean? The pressure I put her under. I don't know why she loves me so much. Yes, Sarah, thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone. And just, stay positive. Keep your eye on this channel. There'll be more footage. Obviously, best of luck with Katie and all the other regions that are doing what they're doing tomorrow. And remember, it's all about the survivors, guys. So let's have a heart and feelings and thoughts for survivors rather than probably illustrating our own frustrations. Let's remember what it's all about, remember? Yes, guys. So with that, thank you to Great Brit. Thank you to everyone who's jumped on the stream. Thank you to new and old subbers. And as ever, I love you all.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.